ene mrashe bedwafie mu a yensan ye che na yenkotie maame Comfort Doyo Kuju wono eye mrashe bedwanim ade hye wa dan wono a ene san ye first deputy majority chief whip ebra wo sorry gina mrashe bedwafie na wo bɔ amane a kire Ghana ma ne yetimi ye na akwanya esese ye de maye no ensem sei eno de tuja.
International Women's Day is a global occasion to celebrate women's achievements in social, economic, cultural, and political spheres while acknowledging the ongoing challenges to gender equality. Recognized by the United Nations to serve as both a celebration and a call to action to address barriers that hinder women's full participation in society. This year's theme is Accelerating Action for Affirmative Action. Mr. Speaker, as we commemorate this day, we must also recognize and celebrate the phenomenal women in our modern era who have shattered ceiling and made significant contributions. I extend special recognition to our Vice President, Her Excellency Professor Jainana Opoku Ajimai, and other distinguished women in leadership, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for honor done to women. Mr. Today we dedicate this celebration to all activists in Ghana and around the world who continue to fight for women's rights. I echo to all women who wake up daily.
Ya mame Comfort Doyo Kuju. Na no si ya pena clote kole mrashe bedwani Dr. Zinato Ajima Rollins in story gina eno se braso ese man ye biem ede eto emawom sene ebeya ewiase nyina obi abehu se yentietia oba fa ahodi eso.
And here for such a statement, and also to remind us that we did come out with a gender equity law, which was the Affirmative Action Act last year. And this is supposed to make sure that we have 50% women representation in various ministries, departments, and agencies. But in addition to that, on the continental level, the African Union has just adopted the Convention on Combating Violence Against Women and Girls. Mr. Speaker, this provides for a comprehensive legal framework that seeks to prevent, eliminate, and effectively address all forms of violence against women and girls in Africa. It also seeks to address the persistent barriers to women's participation in peacekeeping and peace-building operations.
East abena ose asarin so de kakra atumu na ononso ninsem say enokan.
I think for our nation Ghana we have done a lot, but there's more to be done. Thankfully, we have been able to pass our affirmative action bill, and this was under the NPP government. It had been on the shelves for about 20 good years, but I'm happy that during the time of President Akufo-Addo, we passed it, and then he also assented to it. We have done a lot for our women, like I said. For now, we have the first woman vice president. We've also had chief justices who are women. I think what is missing is a finance minister who is a woman. And I know that very soon, Ghana will be having a finance minister who is a woman. Mr. Speaker.
Say asari enonom ne krakra mu ena mame koko Loretta Asante MP Emma Etiwa West ne se Etiwa fo no wa mo ba pa Etiwa East akasa na Etiwa West anu so original eno se affirmative action no aba setena ya gia tum e de ensa hyase akase be ya adwuma ama obi ahunu se eye adwuma ono nso ne nsam ni.
National Women's Day, it isn't only about women's achievements, which we know we have done quite considerably, or in Ghana and across the world. but it is also a reminder for us as to the work to be done, which includes accelerating action to break the barriers that hinder the progression of women, women's empowerment, and participation in all aspects of society. The World Economic Forum, the Global Gender Gap Report 2024 estimates, Mr. Speaker, that it will take 134 years to reach full gender parity. Mr. Speaker, 134 years, if we still maintain the rate of progress that we're doing today. That's roughly 5 generations. Mr. Speaker, that's beyond the United Nations 2030 Sustainable Development Goal, and it is unacceptable to wait for 5 generations to achieve gender parity. So, Mr. Speaker, despite the extraordinary contributions that women have made in politics, in education, business, economics, and what have you in between, women in especially marginalized communities continue to fight for equal rights and opportunities.
Loretta Asante, MP Emma Etiwa West.
Tiama emso beto aso. So we ukọ wechi.
Me ko mechi.
For next one.
Me penso enkwe. Ene ma me fa nrem e Supreme Court na nya asem ketwa e wo. Efia no pana che se ka mumuntum. Akase bi ejinejina kwan ne ho. Aposifo age ba bi afa ene bra. Facebook na behwe. Ghana Police Service ene mejiri se o me wo bole bamboy. Ome wo mikrom jump mani osino dwena se heman sa man dwaso nyina wo bia ba ye kofa obia se wo bia mra emebo ban wo ho a na nya sam ketua ni nyina ne se atiwa mrahye bedwani enasi akumi ene na Supreme Court se wo mekere se wono na asem a eye contempt a Koforidua High Court ese ya convict no asotwe ne se wo mra na wo mekere ne enti ye mfa ne nkoto prison no wo mra na wo mekere ne enti ese Supreme Court kra etie na asem eno ne ene aposifo ene ofa law school a omaye ma wo ho ofa makwala kwan na omaye ma wo ho ena ofa Supreme Court kwan na nkasa o ene ho kra de omaye ka e wo ho wudu a questions a wo be ansa no na wa wo be fa ahohye e wo ho na eno na ye bowura Supreme Court dem ho ene banum bedwaku etena ase na opiemu pani eye justice eye ya opoaman wono ene etena dwam ye wie ye no na ne ya bobo nsem na mu akwesi se lawyer Gary ni makoma afo wono ene di nkyeremu bai se Koforidua High Court no amma kwan amma ononyanfo NST yakumi wantie na asem enkrata ahoro file wo court wodi nyina ya ma ne kwan se wo mecheche ni nsemu ne wote ya ne se court ne se ya convict no ya fine no for contempt into contempt na se de aka nyina eye asotwe eno na lawyer ni a wono gira mu edema eye NDC amanyoko anase Bernard Bosiakon Bedu wono ene begina mu edema Henry Boachi Yadom enso che court ni se court ye de yan filing krata bio sanse ye ni bibia aka ye jansem ni nyina edi amount Sarah enso ena electoral commission lawyer eye Justin Amenuvo enso che se yenso ye ni asem bia aka we de ye jan ni nyina edi ama Supreme Court ye wie na Supreme Court enipa num no ene for majority ba ko pe ene ye dissenting na no ene ye wi asem ni nyina court ne se esese ye makwan na owura NST akumi ye tie na asem sanse se Koforidua High Court tie na asem dia aha ye betie asem no nanso court ne che se obetie asem no ama na kwanya gese match bosumi ne de toso aduonu ensia ye pie ba abonten pe ena lawyer a wono ginam edi ama Henry Nana Boachi lawyer Isaac Minta Labi ye ne di nkomo enchemu sei ena ode bae
no enyina so obi anim tinye fiansa ye baba ha ya ho na yakobobo sensem no enti ye de akonya ne ma Supreme Court so mo na eja emra ne wo mu nsem enti o ma dwenkyere o so ma ne ho kan ma na kasa ye ne ho asem enti o mbisa esa ne ye ka kire wo mu e na court nso ebisa NS Kuminzu lawyers o mo de o mo kasa e dodo na nsem o kan na nhyɛ da mfa kwan but nso ye ko wi akiri no ajaja nan no ebua ese ye ma ne kwan na on be kasa e na ba ko nso e kan so on de on pene so sa nti akoye 4-1 ti ene no de ekosi ye ni say Supreme Court ama ho kwan say omu say ya che ne contempt de enso bibi kan ya ma no kwan so bra no beka enti nsem na ebeka ni nyina no ene asem no mu ankasa na da court na anim no omo de ahye 26 March ti nyame ya adomo a ne nyina tenkoma yedu wa eba na fi asem na ankasa no ni akwa no so your friend me lawyer Isaac Minta Labi.
Isaac Minta Labi onu gina mu edema Henry Boachi Yadom. Na ene ebra court ne kasa na mu. Ena temuafo ni mienu sori gina ye. Eka che lawyer fo ni nyina se munya hweye pa. Munti ene ye ba court ni enim se ye Kosovo anase Kandahar. Sansa posifo atwa ha nyina ahia. Aha eye working place. Ti se de medware na maba Angel efi ha no pasa me ba be ye adwuma. Wo beba na ha aposifo atwa ha nyina ahia. Wo beba na ne ka akese BCC ya ne spray nsuo ne spray makosisi ya wase wo mpe wo mu de afutuo ne warning e ma lawyer fo ne se wo ma na ye takra wogem wo mu hwe no mejai na ye piesi abontempe na lawyer ba ko se me wasem ka ene se da asem ene o se enye ye ne ye yo enye ye ne ye na supporters na wo ma na han won bas efi Akwatia ye yenko no abepem ha lawyer ba ko se o wasem ka odi nchemu sei ene baaye.
Advice. We lawyers are not supposed to show emotion at all. We are supposed to be professional, irrespective of the situation. We cannot take on the emotions that our clients have. And so that is a good admonition from the Supreme Court, and we are guided by it.
It doesn't, however, mean that lawyers cannot banter. Lawyers can banter. We have friendly banter, and we can banter. We acknowledge the admonition given, but if there needs to be that. Look, we are defending our clients, and we cannot just lay low for our clients to be trampled upon. And if my colleague here has found it necessary to respond to something, he has every right to respond to. We are not raising any tension. If the tension is out there, with all respect to my laws, the MUAC there was not brought because of the lawyers. It was brought because of those who came here to view proceedings. So definitely, when we are in court, we will have to make arguments. So the admonition is right, but we feel that the lawyers here are not raising any tension. We are just articulating and advocating the points of our clients.
Lawyer ni ba ko ebra Supreme Court atemuafo no e de afutuo ma wom hye wom e ka cha wom se ne ekoso ni nyina Akwatia no MPP fund 2 or 3 buses ne buy and NDC fund so di wom de buy na mom ene wo bie no aye ma ne kwan se won premises was Supreme Court premises wo kraya mo bia kwan wom nyina kogu Bank of Ghana dada no edan dada na chi ho ba bi ene yeso wom nyina kogu ye se ho mo ba court ho na ene ho ne mo court wo bia ma meye dede yo yenko bia wo ha eno ena lawyer say wo mo de enya lawyer for na emum supporters na pese omba no oma ne ba om be ha dwen e wo ho sa no